Hi, I'm Jane Thompson, and I am an early intervention specialist and have had years of experience working with families who have children with autism. I'm also the wife of the Deputy Chief of Mission here at the U.S. Embassy. Autism is a social communications disorder. That means that children who have autism express things differently than a typical person, and they also get information from the world in a different way than a typical person. Autism spectrum disorder is a wide spectrum, and it impacts individuals very differently. If you've seen one person with autism, you've only seen one person with autism. The key to helping children with autism spectrum disorder is really early identification and early intervention. These children need patience and compassion. They're experiencing the world differently than we are, and we need to help them step by step to learn to navigate their environment, navigate their world, and give them access to all of the things that we have access to in education, the workplace, and in our public places.
Hi, my name is Rowena. I am from the Foreign Agriculture Service at the U.S. Embassy, Kuala Lumpur. I'm a mother of a 5-year-old autistic boy. My child was actually diagnosed pretty early. His official diagnosis, we got it when he was 2 years old. I think the one most early signs for me then was that he just doesn't look at you when you call him, not looking directly to your face. He was diagnosed as nonverbal autism. That means that my son do not have any speech capability. It may be speech delayed. That was the main for my son. He couldn't pick up little things such as maybe a little bead or picking up a spoon. It was a challenge for him. The adjustment, we had to do a few adjustments when he was growing up. He is now 5, but when he was growing up, the little adjustment we did was questions was how do you communicate with a non-verbal child? So a lot of them was using signs and pictures. So these were the journey that we actually went through. That's how the changes that we did for him. When my child was diagnosed, so he had therapy sessions. It can be done in a private institution or it can be done in the public hospital as well. They do have support help there as well. What I did with my son was that I found a school that was a special school for autistic kids. So he went there and it was mainly 2 hours of sort of play therapy, 1 hour of gym, because that helps his motor skills and all that. And the second hour is more of identification. This in hope was to help him to speak and identify so then he can communicate with us as a family easier. But most importantly is when we got the diagnosis, it depends on what the diagnosis is because every child is different. With Tristan, he had challenges with fine motor skill, therefore he actually has occupational therapy. He also has speech therapy. He also has behavior therapy because we were not, as parents, we were not able to help him through his meltdown. We were not sure what triggers the meltdown because he was nonverbal. So we were also going through the phase of having this learning journey together with him, discovering what works and what doesn't work for him. Yeah, so therapy was something that we've been doing and we continuously do as well, depending on what the need is for him. Tips and techniques for raising an autistic child. There is no cookie cutter technique, there is no cookie cutter tip, to be honest, because every child is very different. You see one child with autism, you basically only see one child with autism. For myself and my son, it was trial and error every day for both of us and for the entire family. It varies, so there is no special technique or tip of raising an autistic child. It's more of working with them to see what areas that you can help them to manage their symptoms better.